Hello, I'm Nancy Dodge from YB Stamp and welcome to Nancy's Stampin' Sunday. Today is Mystery Card Sunday. I hope you've had a chance to gather your supplies and be able to join me as I venture through the clues. Tonight's items that we need are 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock, 2 pieces of 4 by 5 1/4 of white, vanilla, or beige cardstock, 4 pieces, one of 4 different colors, of 2.5 by 2.5 cardstock. It's a great way to use up scraps. You could have different dimensions if you want. Multi-purpose glue, trimmer, 3D embossing folder, stamp cut and emboss machine, 1 inch by 1 inch shaped die like a circle, a square, a heart, but no larger than 1 by 1. Embellishments like gems, jewels, ribbon, sentiment stamps, and coordinating ink. Now, if you do not have an embossing machine, have no fear, or a stamp cut and emboss machine and embossing folder, have no fear, I will show you how. All right, this is what I have. I'm just going to quick show you what I have for my supplies. So I have my cardstock, a die, so see it's about 1 by 1, ink, block, embellishments, stamps, and my cutter. The stamp cut and emboss machine is on the floor, and I have my embossing folder. All right, let's go to clue number 1. Clue number 1 is take each of the 2.5 by 2.5 cardstocks and cut with the dies. And I just dumped all my plates on the floor. Stand by while I pick them up. I had a class yesterday at a local church, and so I didn't put things back the way they were supposed to be. And now I need my flashlight to find that last block, the last piece. Okay, now we're in business. So I have my little mini stamp cut and emboss, and I have my 4 different colored cardstocks, and I'm going to cut 4 of each. Now, it takes a little bit of time, but not really. Once you get going, it's pretty easy. So I was telling you, I was doing this class yesterday. So you're going to end up with 16 pieces like this, 4 of each color. And we did 27, 28 cards that they send to their college students. And there were 10 ladies for Valentine's Day, and then they send some snacks with it so that they have them for like midterms. And then each of the gals made their own Valentine card. So that was fun. All right. So this is a little time consuming, but that's okay. So I'm back to doing YouTube Live, and I don't know if I did it correctly. So if y'all are watching the recording, just drop me a line so that I know that people are there. I have, Facebook is changing a lot of their rules and regulations, and I put it on Facebook anyway, or YouTube anyway, so I figured why not just move over before Facebook's no longer doing that either. So One never knows. So if you've got circles or hearts, I've done several with all shapes, and I will show that to you when I'm done. But like I said, this is the most time consuming, but look on the bright side, you get steps on your Fitbit. Well, as long as you're using your left hand to crank, I suppose. But you know what? When I prepped for this class, I reached my goal every hour. Something to strive for, right? Yeah. Anyway, I think most of us are either in a deep freeze or have lots of snow. Me, we got almost 2 feet last weekend. None so far this weekend, thankfully. I hear some is coming a little south of me, but we do have the very frigid temperatures. And of course, in New England, with those frigid temperatures, we need to be very careful of ice dams on our roof. So my husband has been, much to my chagrin, up on the roof, taking all the snow off, because as it melts and it gets clogged in the gutters, then what happens is the ice builds up and it can go underneath your eaves and underneath your roofing and back up and leak into your house. So ice dams. We had that one winter when there was just snow on top of snow on top of snow on top of snow. So I've just been crafting. Is that what you would do? Okay. Getting there. Almost done. It seems time consuming, but it's really not. It's just been a few minutes. And I debated about doing this beforehand, but then I thought y'all should see what it's like. Y'all. That's not me. Anyway. I think I said that in church today, too. Everybody was still standing when it was communion time. I'm like, y'all can sit. Anyway. Almost done. Let's see what else. Did any of you get the product of the month? I did. I've used it several times. So that's this. Fabulous Sayings. I used it for the Valentine. Let me show you. This is the one that the ladies made for their students, and I used that, sending love. And then they made one for themselves. This one kind of went with more of a vintage look, but they all seemed to have a good time, so that was good. Let's see. Oh, Karen's on. Hi, Karen. I couldn't see my comments on my screen. I had to turn my little phone on. And another one of my faithful followers. I'm getting there. Well, at least I know I'm on. I had to redo the settings. I think YouTube has changed a little since I went live. Technically that was January. Well, it's still good, I think, until Tuesday, Karen, isn't it? Plus, if it's still available, of which the December paper still is, you have your choice of what you can get for $5. And then, for anyone that spent $50 or more, last month was given a coupon for $5 for every 50, and they get to redeem it this month. So that's exciting. Okay, let's put this baby aside. It wasn't that bad. We got to chat and catch up, right? All right. So now we have our little pieces. Okay. Got my workout in. On to clue number 2. Take the embossing folder and one of the white, vanilla, or beige pieces of cardstock and run it through your embossing machine. Now I'm also going to show you an alternative. Sorry if it's too dark. I think somebody had told me it was dark. But all my lights are on. I got lots of lights on. Maybe I just need different lights. I don't know. Sorry this is so close. Alright. This looks upside down. Put my emboss. So now you know you put your piece in and close it and put the fold end in first and the Stampin' upside up, and in it goes. Alright. Ooh, this is the first time I've used this and I really like it. That came out a lot stronger than I thought it would. Isn't that pretty? It's called Stone and... Hold on, I have it right here. Stone and Vine. It's really pretty. I like it. Okay. That was clue number 2. Oh no, I want to show you the alternative. Excuse me. You're going to pull out your trimmer. Okay. And then you're going to take your piece of cardstock that I just buried. Okay, I'm using white. And make sure you get rid of your cutter. You don't want the cutter one. We're going to use the score one. Now you can do it one of two ways. You can score it this way every ½ inch or so that you'll get lines. You can see it on the back. I have another one, hold on, that I already scored. So this one I did diagonal. Can you see that? And that's every ½ inch. And this one I just put tip to tip right in my cut, right here, and did this, and then moved it ½ inch and did that, and so on. And so this one you can do one of two ways. You can do it stripes so that it comes out like that, or you could also do like a checkered. Do that every ½ inch. So see, there's an alternative to not having an embossing folder. So see, can you see that? Alright. So that's an alternative. Alrighty. Let's go on to clue number 3. Score, oh I guess I need my trimmer back. Score your 8.5 by 5 1/4 cardstock. I mean 5 1/2. All right, at 4 1/4. The usual, typical, right down the middle. Now I push this to the edge here, and then I also saw on the virtual card retreat that one of the gals puts it right up here in the corner and folds it so that she gets that perfect fold. Like that. Alrighty, well, I think we're going to need that again. Clue number 4. Score all shapes down the middle and slightly fold. Tip. Measure cut shape, divide in half, and place a post-it note or masking tape on your trimmer to make it quicker and easier for scoring. Okay, so this is what I mean. So this is just a tad over an inch. So when I go, so half would be just a tad over a half. So if I go like this, that's right in the middle. You can't see that. Let me see if I can get this out of the way. I have one of my plates up here. Can you see that? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of masking tape. You could also do it with a post-it note. And I'm going to stick that right there. Bring it up higher so you can see it. So that I know that I'm going to put my square right to there. And if you're using a circle or a heart, you would do the same thing. So now I'm just going to do all these in the middle. Now, you could do these 2 different ways. You could score it diagonally, or you could score it square-wise. So because that's how I have it measured, I'm going to do square-wise, but you could also do it diagonally. Now this only takes a minute or so because there are 16, but it does make it a lot easier with that little piece of tape there. The hardest part is not using your cutter, because then you'll have to recut your pieces. Alright. And if it's off a little, it's okay. It's not an exact science. This is just kind of a little fun something to do with scraps, because har har, we all have them, don't we? Alright, let's see what else is going on this month. So the beginning of March, so March 3rd, there are some online exclusives that are going to be released. Demonstrators can get them now. If you want to be a part of my team, go on my website ybstamp.com and click I want to join the fun, because it is fun. I love going like on a Saturday evening when you're not doing anything, or like last Saturday when everybody was snowed in. A couple of my team jumped on and we just kind of had a Zoom team gathering. So that was fun. We're all working on different projects and giving each other ideas. One gal was finishing off a bunch of cards to donate to the senior center. Another one was catching up on her paper pumpkin. Don't ask me what I was doing, I don't remember. Okay. Alright, all mine are scored. Clue number 4. Alrighty. Oh, and fold them all a little. That's what I said to do. Now these don't have to be necessarily in any particular order. I know this seems weird, but the cards I thought came out really cute. I don't like the way that one scored. There we go. So the hockey game is going on in the other room, so if you hear screaming, you'll know what it is. My family is a huge hockey fan. Alrighty, clue number 5. Arrange shapes on your embossed cardstock. Every other card shape is going to go in a different direction. So here's my cardstock. So what I mean by every other direction is, so here's the fold, and then the next one will go like this. I know it seems weird, but it works. So let's see. I mean, you could put them in any different direction you want, but I think the best... Now, all the other cards I did lined up. Of course, this one's not. But I got to arrange them anyway. So that you go like this. Or you could do it all the same color. You could do it like this. They're getting loud in the other room. Gonna have to go yell at them. Alright. I don't know if this is gonna work right, but so you could do it like that. There's a bunch of different ways you could do it. Alright, I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna do that. Do another color. So you gotta do it opposite ways. I know that sounds weird, but so it goes this way, then this way, then this way, and then this way, 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 and then this way. Alright, so we are going to arrange these. All arranged. So clue number 6 is to take these and put a small amount of glue along the back of the fold and adhere to the embossed cardstock. It may be easier to do every other one and then go back and fill in. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just kind of push these aside now that I know what I'm doing. And I am using this multi-purpose glue, but I have it in this little bottle that my son-in-law and his business partner make me. I have them on my website, ybstamp.com, under my shop, and it includes a bottle. We'll see, here's the little stand. Sorry. So you're just going to take and do a really thin line. Doesn't have to be overly straight because I'm laughing. And I'm going to put it right to the edge. And then, so this one's going to go like this. I'm going to do this one. And right along the edge. But see why I like this glue bottle? See how a little bit comes out instead of a big blob? Alright, I'm going to guess at about 1 inch. And it dries pretty quick. And you could just fold it up. My husband doesn't know how to be quiet when I told him to be quiet, does he? Karen, will you tell him to be quiet? All right, then these are going underneath. I know it's kind of funny, but funky, but it looks really cool when it's done, really. Let's stick this under like that. Okay. Next line. I think we'll do this color. And remember, this goes the opposite way. So it goes this way. And another one. Remember, it goes the opposite way. So, like, I'm doing the same colors across, but you could do every other. You could do it in an X pattern. You could do it however you want. It's just different, and it's cool. Alright. And I'll fluff these all up when I'm done. And then early espresso. I will say, hindsight, that I think the doing it diagonal with the squares, I think came out better. So if you're watching to do it later, that's my recommendation. I'm just kind of eyeballing things. It's not an exact science. It's a handcrafted card. Oops, I moved it. All right, one more. Lift this up just a little and scooch it in. I see one that's crooked. That's going to bother me. That's what's good about using the glue, is you can move it around a little. Alright, someone's trying to text me. Hopefully they're not telling me something bad. Well, these covered a lot more than I thought they would. That's okay. Alright. I'll fluff them up once they're dry. So that's what it looks like at the moment. Alrighty. Let's see. Clue number 7. Adhere the assembly to the front of your card. Well, that's pretty easy. Since I have the glue out, I'm just going to use that. Plus I don't want to squish the little pieces on the front. There's a lot of detail to this embossing folder. Sounds like I'm getting low in glue. Just in time to finish, huh? Alright. Remember, I'm going to fluff this up when I'm done. It'll look better, really, honest. Alright. On clue number 8, embellish as desired. Sentiment, ribbon, gems. I don't know if I have room for much. So let's see if these are dry enough to fluff up. It's being kind of funky. Alright. It does look cute. Wait till you see the other cards I have. Alright, embellish. I have these I want to put on. Just going to add a few. My fingers aren't cooperating. There we go. Let's see. I'll put another one up here. Alrighty. Clue number 9. Stamp your other 4" by 5 1/4 piece as if desired and adhere to the inside. Okay. Have my other piece here. And I have Simply Said. And I think I'll just do Thinking of You. And I have some Mossy Meadow ink here. It's upside down. Put my ink away. And I have a couple of other cut pieces here. They're just about 3/4 by 4 inches. And just to give it a little more to look at on the inside, I thought I would put this in. They're a little long, so I can cut them. Turn it over. Just give it a good trim. Add some seal. Put it on the inside. And there's our card. Now this one doesn't look as great, but however, let me show you the others because I really like them. So this was the first one I did, and this was with the hearts. So you can see that I've flipped every other heart, and I just embellished it with a bow and did Happy Valentine's on the inside. And then this one I did from corner to corner. So didn't this come out much better? And I think maybe I'd have to redo that because I think this looks much better, in my own opinion. And there, Happy Birthday from the inside, on the inside. And that's from this set that is still available for $5 with a $50 order. And then here's one with circles. So if you look close, see I did the checked just using my trimmer for the background. And this one I did at an angle. If you can see that. See, they're like triangles or diamonds. And this one I used the heart embossing folder. I just think it adds something more to each of the cards. And then just hope this is a better feeling kind of day. Feeling better kind of day. So those are my cards. And here I am. Thank you very much for joining me. I would love to see your cards. I'm going to post these actual cards on my website and on my Facebook page. Please share yours on my Facebook page. I would love to see them along with mine because, as you can see, they come out totally different. And yes, sometimes they don't come out that great. Whoops, might help if you could see them. Alrighty. I will see you next Sunday. Hopefully things will be a little bit better because this was my first time back on Facebook in a while. So I guess I need to practice. Anyway, until then, happy stamping.